All right, let's talk about Andy Dalton. I, for one, welcome our new ginger overlord here as what a game all of a sudden. I mean, everyone's talking about, wow, sure, Bryce Young stunk, but look at the situation. No one could succeed there. Little did we know that Andy Dalton can succeed anywhere, apparently. Incredible stuff by him. And listen, I think a lot of people are kind of bringing this up as like, well, this is proof Bryce Young really does stink, and I'm not saying that's wrong, but also I thought Andy Dalton just played really well in this game. Also, real quick, just a reminder that I do have a movie channel. If you like watching movies, check that out. The link is in the description below. It's called Jackson Kruger Movies. So let's talk about what he did well and what the whole Panthers offense did well. And at the end of the video, we can talk about what this maybe means. Is there hope for the Panthers in their now, rejuvenized season? First, the play you see on your screen, it's Adam Thielen running a route where he's going to fake as though he's going toward the outside, go over the middle. Keep in mind the situation. It's a 3rd down and 2 here. Dalton takes the snap. You see Thielen, runs this route well, and he's open. I mean, he just is. But here's one of the benefits of a veteran quarterback is you look at Andy Dalton, he's already getting rid of the football, right? And when you kind of trust as a receiver that if you get open quickly, the ball is going to come your way, that just gives you so much more confidence. Because Dalton puts this one right on the money. Again, it's nothing fancy, but that's a big part of what the Panthers were able to do in this game, and a big part of the difference between someone like Young and Dalton, I think, is that Dalton's going to hit the layups, and he's going to hit the layups quickly, and that just allows you to actually have an offense that can function. And once you get an offense that can function, that's what can allow you to start making some big plays. This one was a really good one by Dalton, where it's going to be a zone coverage play by the Las Vegas Raiders. You see it's a cover 3 zone blitz, so 5-man rush, 6 guys in coverage. You have a tight end who's going to be running a route more over the middle. And when Dalton takes a snap, the timing on this is really the key thing to look at, because you see it's not wide open at all. I mean, there is a Raiders player who could run over and make a play. So this is just, quite frankly, one of those throws that Bryce Young isn't making. To be clear, I don't mean Bryce Young would miss the throw. I mean, he's just legitimately not throwing this football. He doesn't trust himself to make these throws, and a lot of times for valid reasons. But here, Dalton puts this one right on the money. That's a really just perfect throw. Good job by Tommy Tremble, too. But just a perfectly accurate throw on that one by Dalton. And again, the timing is so good. And that's what's making these plays work. Again, something like this, where it's going to be a zone coverage concept. You have a receiver who's going to try and get into a gap in coverage over the middle here. And when this play begins, again, it's the timing of it, right? Where you can kind of see how this play could work from this point, right? There is a window, and Dalton puts it on the money. They're able to hit it and make things work. And this is part of why I think the Panthers wanted to go with Dalton, was to some degree, they just need to see what they have in some of these players, I mean, this player is Deontay Johnson, someone who I was kind of crushing after his week 2 performance. But part of it might be he just struggled to get on the same page of Bryce Young because he wasn't really, fully playing in a rational way. You get someone like Dalton who you can just trust is going to make these, good, well-timed throws consistently. This can now make you realize, oh, hey, Deontay Johnson actually can play. He doesn't just suck now that he's at the Panthers. It's that maybe the situation around him wasn't so good. You improve the situation, now you know that you do actually have a player in Deontay Johnson. This next play was just really good by Dalton. Again, some of these were just good plays, where the Raiders trying to fool Dalton. They have a bunch of Raiders players at the line, but they are not actually going to be blitzing. That's what they're doing. It's a cover 3 zone. Just the only variation is they're showing as though it could be something else. That route right there for the Panthers is, the one they're going to look at. It's Xavier Legette's route. Could get over the middle. If you know what the coverage is, this is definitely the route to look at. But again, Dalton cannot read minds. He doesn't know for sure what the coverage is going to be. However, when he takes the snap, he looks over, and at this point, I mean, he sees the zone coverage. He's making a throw, and you see there is a window. It's not a huge window, but Dalton is still able to fire it through that window, and because of this, Legette is then able to pick up a ton of yards after the catch as well. These are just the types of plays that we're seeing from Dalton that are just good plays. I mean, forget about like things he can do that Bryce Young can't. These are things he can do that a lot of quarterbacks can't. This is just a good quarterback play. And some of the throws he was making was just fantastic. Like this one, it's a 3rd down and goal situation, and you see the route that Dalton is going to want to look towards. It's a route that definitely on paper can work. It might take a little bit longer for it to develop just because there is a safety over the middle of the field. But, it's again Deontay Johnson's route. Okay, well, let's see what happens. Dalton's going to take the snap, and a couple things to note. For one, there is pressure for Dalton. So if he's going to make a throw, he's going to have to make it off balance. And Dalton, for all the things he does well, is not necessarily known for being a physical freak, right? On top of this as well, Johnson is not really that open. I mean, like there's maybe a small window, like you can kind of see how it could work, but this is a mailbox throw on the move. Clearly, this is probably one to just throw away and take the 3 points, right? Well, no, watch him be able to make this off-balance throw perfectly, and they pull off a touchdown on this play. I mean, that's just good stuff by Andy Dalton and good stuff by Deontay Johnson. And if they can hit these types of plays consistently, that makes you feel very good if you're a Panthers fan. And then also this play, which was maybe the best throw of the game. Unfortunately, Thielen got hurt on this play. But let's show the play. You have Thielen running a route that's going to get in between the corner and the safety. A lot of times these routes are just designed to get the corner and safety further deep. Like that's the only reason you run this route. Set things up underneath. But also keep in mind the game situation. There's 33 seconds left in the half, and the Panthers only have 1 timeout. So, again, kicking a field goal, going up 10 points is obviously good, but if you maybe have a chance for the end zone, it might make more sense to try it now than you otherwise would. Dalton takes a snap. He's going to look in that direction, and when he fires in that direction, it's interesting because you see that the corner and the safety aren't necessarily they don't appear to be in an awful situation. The issue is they're just kind of now starting to run further deep, especially the safety is just now starting to run further deep. Thielen has kind of the advantage of he's already in a dead sprint right here, and so that's what Dalton is taking advantage of. But still, watch this that's a thing of beauty right there. That throw might be the throw of the week. Really good catch by Adam Thielen as well. Again, unfortunate that he got banged up on it, but yeah, this is just really good stuff. So are the Panthers for real? Are they about to win it all, go to the Super Bowl, all that stuff? I don't know about all that, but it is worth mentioning. This was the Raiders who they were beating, who have had a very weird start to the year, right? The Raiders have had 2 ugly losses, but then they beat the Ravens, so kind of hard to figure out exactly what they are at this point. But for the Panthers, I do find it interesting. Again, I don't know what to make of this year. I think would bet on this. I think there's a lot of flaws on this roster. But what's great about this is you're going to kind of figure out what those flaws are and what is an issue and what isn't an issue. I like a lot of pieces on this offensive line. I kind of like their defense, and it played better this week. It's had some rough moments to start the year, of course, especially against New Orleans. But having some nice pieces and getting someone like Andy Dalton who can just make the right plays, it'll let you know what you have, and who knows, maybe they could do something. They certainly feel competent, which is more than you could say before this. So yeah, as a whole, I think a really, really impressive performance by Dalton. I thought he played well, but a good performance by the Panthers all around. It has to be a really fun time if you're a Panthers fan, that football is fun again, which is exciting to see. So yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.